The working people. I know the last 5 months have been gut-wrenching for so many people, for the Israeli people, for the Palestinian people, and so many here in America. This crisis began on October 7th with a massacre by a terrorist group called Hamas, as you all know. 1,200 innocent people, women and girls, men and boys, slaughtered after enduring sexual violence. The deadliest day for the Jewish people since the Holocaust, and 250 hostages taken. Here in this chamber tonight are families whose loved ones are still being held by Hamas. I pledge to all the families that we will not rest until we bring every one of your loved ones home. We also Israel has the right to go after Hamas. Hamas ended this conflict by releasing hostages, laying down arms, could end it by releasing the hostages, laying down arms, and surrendering those responsible for October 7th. But Israel has Israel has an added burden because Hamas hides and operates among the civilian population like cowards, under hospitals, daycare centers, and all the like. Israel also has a fundamental responsibility, though, to protect innocent civilians in Gaza. This war has taken a greater toll on innocent civilians than all previous wars in Gaza combined. More than 30,000 Palestinians have been killed, most of whom are not Hamas. Thousands and thousands of innocent women and children, girls and boys, also orphaned. Nearly 2 million more Palestinians under bombardment or displacement. Homes destroyed, neighborhoods in rubble, cities in ruin. Families without food, water, medicine. It's heartbreaking. I've been working nonstop to establish an immediate ceasefire that would last for 6 weeks to get all the prisoners released, all the hostages released, to get the hostages home and ease the intolerable and humanitarian crisis and build toward an enduring, something more enduring. The United States has been leading international efforts to get more humanitarian assistance to Gaza. Tonight, I'm directing the U.S. military to lead an emergency mission to establish a temporary pier in the Mediterranean on the coast of Gaza that can receive large shipments carrying food, water, medicine, and temporary shelters. No U.S. boots will be on the ground. A temporary pier will enable a massive increase in the amount of humanitarian assistance getting into Gaza every day. And Israel must do its part. Israel must allow more aid into Gaza to ensure humanitarian workers aren't caught in the crossfire. And they're announcing they're going to have a crossing in northern Gaza. To the leadership of Israel, I say this: humanitarian assistance cannot be a secondary consideration or a bargaining chip. Protecting and saving innocent lives has to be a priority. As we look to the future, the only real solution to the situation is a two-state solution over time. And I say this as a lifelong supporter of Israel. My entire career, no one has a stronger record with Israel than I do. I challenge any of you here. I'm the only American president of Israel in wartime. But there is no other path that guarantees Israel's security and democracy. There is no other path that guarantees Palestinians can live in peace with peace and dignity. And there's no other path that guarantees peace between Israel and all of its neighbors, including Saudi Arabia, with whom I'm talking. Lincoln
The United States military will construct a port along Gaza's coast to receive humanitarian assistance by sea. That's according to U.S. officials who said the plan would be announced as a part of President Joe Biden's State of the Union speech on Thursday. The Biden administration has expressed mounting frustration over the humanitarian crisis in Gaza and the difficulty of delivering aid to millions of Palestinians stranded in the enclave. Deliveries by trucks have been interrupted by warfare, looting, and Israeli protesters at the Egypt-Gaza crossing. And the U.S. this week began airdrops along with other nations such as France, Belgium, Jordan, the United Arab Emirates, and Egypt.
We're exploring other channels to get aid into Gaza, including a maritime route.
White House spokesperson John Kirby earlier this week said they were looking at bringing in supplies by sea, but that logistics were difficult.
Yes, you can move more volume in ships, whether they're military or commercial ships, but eventually that stuff has to get ashore, then has to get loaded onto vehicles and then trucked in.
Officials at a news briefing said the Mediterranean port would be temporary and built in cooperation with other countries and humanitarian partners. They estimated the port would increase the delivery of aid by, quote, hundreds of additional truckloads per day, and added that security would be coordinated with Israel.